Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode we found a very frustrating area that was difficult to get through. To the point where I did everything I could figure out and could not figure out how to get through there. Our party leader ends up charmed, and even if we find our way all the way to the end point where there's a Drake Lord, I could not figure out what to do. So, I actually looked on the forums and did some hunting to try and find the answer. And the answer is, once you get to that evil altar, you use the ritual of sanctification. When the hell did we get that? Because, last I remember, we never actually got that. You don't train it, you don't learn it, and you are never told in the scenario that you are given it. The only time I have seen it in Blades of Avernum is in the second one where you're given it and you're told, oh yeah, after you complete this scenario, you're not going to have it anymore. So when the hell were you given this? I mean, much as I have found things interesting so far, you dropped the ball there, dude. You dropped the ball. No. You fail. So, now we know what we need to do. And how to do it. It's just going to be really, really tricky. So, at least I have the idea of how we get this done. Drop all those things there, so she can't really do much. That's where we can get to. Haste on Fox, Bonnie, and Draco. And enter combat. Leader disappears. Fine. Kill this Drake. That divine host, that'll be a bit of a distraction. Okay, I guess we'll go around this way. There's the sluggishness. Bitch! Reloading! Okay, once again, let's get this prepped up as it should be. No arrows, no bow, no sword. Haste on all of these guys. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Enter combat. And there's the sluggishness. Well, that removed the slow. Fox. And the Divine Host. That should keep her distracted. have if she wasn't teleporting like that. Okay, there, now she's distracted. Oh, that haste wore off already? That's surprising. Oh wow, the Drake is already there. Of course, summon things. Why am I not surprised that it summons things? Summon another divine host. You know what, I just realized something. If I could get by... Emphasis on could get by... Well, emphasis on could. Oh look, the haste wore off again. That wears off fast. Not pleased with all that keeps happening. Yeah, just summon on there. That's damage to those minions. And then do nothing. Okay, I've got an idea. I'm going to try and get Bonnie in there to do the ritual of sanctification. I mean, now we know what we're supposed to do, so we can. But he needs to do healing, so... Wrong target. Fortunately, you have elixirs. Okay, at least now we know what we're supposed to do. Now, use the ritual. You use the powerful ritual of sanctification on the evil altar, hoping to save your friend and keep him or her from killing you. And it works. Okay! Finally! And I'm pretty sure... Yep, she's no longer charmed. You kill the Drake Lord, his mighty body falls to the ground, lifeless. Finally, with the altar destroyed and the Drake Lord slain, you have a moment to look around and think. Your companion who lost control and attacks you looks rather sheepish. I'm sorry. The words come tumbling out unarranged. I don't know what came over me. I just lost it. I heard things, voices, and... I don't know. You know that you will not soon get over the image of your companion's face filled with hatred and feelings associated with fighting one whom you previously trusted with your life. You know what? As you walk through the entrance to this terrible room, you give it a long look. You can't tell much about the identity of the Drake Lord, but he must have been here for a while to have built an altar like that and imbued it with so much magic. You may never know who this Drake Lord was, or why he created so much hatred, but at least you've caused the magic to leave this place. Can only hope that the rest of the journey to the Steel Gates is less eventful. It is no wonder that the Bassa Cavans didn't want to come down this way if they sensed that kind of magic ahead of them. Yeah, that was a thing. Excuse me. Oop. I think the drakes are all dead. Okay. Well, I'm going to head back up to the surface to heal and recover from all the injuries and wounds sustained from that. And I stand by the statement I made before. That was poor design. You do not tell people that you do not make it completely unknown how you get through an area, and then make the only way to get through be to effectively do something that you do not make it so that the only way to get through somewhere is by using an ability that you have never been told you had. I'm sorry, but no. That failed. Props for giving the idea. Failure on all other accounts. Chic, wheel those things again so that you can, and you're not going to turn on us again like that. Wrong way. There we go. Oh yes, and just so we trigger that, yes, the remains of a collapsed bridge. Can't go through that way. Been through everything here. Okay, now let's move on. Someone left a boat here. Like everything else around here, it hasn't been touched in many years, so it is old and creaky. Still, it should be able to carry you. That goes further down, but let's continue exploring around up here. There was a cave in here recently. You can't pass. And we really can't go anywhere else, so I guess that's the only way we can go. Okay then. Down in the deeps of the tunnels under Basikava, the air is beginning to get cooler. The hisses have died down. Whatever you must face down here, it is not lizards or drakes. This may or may not be a good sign. Yeah, we'll find out soon. The bridge here has fallen down. You'll have to find another way across. From what I remember, there were demons. This bridge has fallen too. As much as you look, you can't find another way across. Looks as though you are stuck. The steel doors are beyond this river, but you can't get to them. You'll have to go back to Cass and tell him about the problem. This appears to be an abandoned drake's nest. Signs of an old battle remain, as if something chased off this drake. Based on the chill that permeates this area, and based on the scratch markings all over the walls, you have one guess. Undead. And if these undead were strong enough to chase off a drake, they were not normal zombies or ghouls. Right. So we're going to be dealing with undead down here. Even better. Alright, let's head up, find out what we're supposed to do from here. I'm sorry about the silence. I'm just still very irritated about this. And what was done there. Just... As you draw close to Basikava, you hear some commotion. Something is wrong. As you listen carefully, you can distinguish for certain that it is the sound of fighting. There's a massive battle raging in Basikava right now. Just as you are beginning to become alarmed at the sounds you are hearing, Kaz appears in front of you. He speaks very rapidly. There you are. We are under attack. Come with me. I will explain as we walk. Hurry. We don't have much time. There's a secret passage this way. This is the passage through which the prophet walked to leave his cave and end his 20-year isolation. I'm sure you are wondering what's going on. We Sliths are not of one mind. Our disagreements go back far. When the prophet preached in Nass, he had tremendous popularity, but he also met some resistance. The purification! For 20 years did I remain and live, off fish, what meagreness what from river came, in isolation long and lonely sat, in meditation hard, ascetic lived. I needed know for what we lost our home, for war most useless fought, for demons worship most foul, for blood most greedily drunk, for pain most brutally afflicted, for death most wanton fled, for power most usurped, for anarchy we made, for duty most forgot. These answers came to me from her in time. To know the sin is to begin to cleanse. It falls to us to cleanse ourselves of sin. The time to wait is past. She told me then, revealed to me, the secrets of the door, and bid me hasten on my way above. The slits prepared to whom I was to take. Wow. Laguerre! Uh-oh. What is it? High Priest Pathas. You are causing a disturbance in our peaceful village. And worse, you are teaching false doctrines and abominable heresy. No, shut up, that's not true. Quiet! Laguerre, do you have anything to say in your defense? Only that I am not teaching false doctrines. What I say is true. The goddess has told me. Yeah, he has spoken blasphemy. For we have heard it ourselves from his own mouth. Guilty, 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 guilty. The verdict is passed. Laguerre, you are hereby sentenced to exile. You can't do that. It does not matter. Do you know why? Because we are already in exile. I am offering the chance for us to return from exile. Yeah, what now? Scoff at us if you will, Laguerre, but know this. You are no longer welcome in Nass. You have 2 hours to leave. After that, if you are seen here, you will die. The prophet had already intended to leave, so the decision of the Nass priests was not a disaster. Soon after their decree, the flight began. However, it seems that exiling him was not enough for them. Earlier today, an army of sliths appeared outside the temple. They were not friendly. Oh dear. They attacked and destroyed the temple of the goddess. Then they kept moving. They dared even come to this far, to assault Basikava itself. Destroy them! Destroy them all! Defend Basikava! Good job, Sisyphus. Thanks. Run! Get behind the gates! As when the Empire came, Basikava is being washed in blood. Basikava, our city of peace, where we are supposed to learn how to live as civilized beings, has become the place where we sliths may destroy ourselves. I was a member of the priesthood in Nass. These are my friends, my colleagues, my nearest allies, and I must fight them. Have you ever had to fight your dearest friends? His voice quivers sibilantly as he speaks. It is not right. He pauses and regains control of himself. The battle still rages. Your mission is unchanged, however. You must get to the steel doors. We will send workers to repair the bridges. In the meantime, we have an alternate route. Come down the passage this way. Okay! You shouldn't go back this way. Cass is waiting for you below. Before I do, I want to try something. Slow the speed of the cutscenes a little bit, because that was really tough trying to keep up with all that. Okay, I'm going to save here just to be safe. I think we got another 10 minutes, but yeah, I'm saving here, and well, hopefully the next cutscene won't be so hectic. I mean, the battles were very impressive for this speed, but everything else, no, I could not keep up. Let me save before we go down. Alright, down we go. You walk down the passage. Cass is waiting for you below. Continue seeking the steel doors. Do not worry about the battle above. Another warrior, more or less, will not matter up there. But if you can clear the way to the doors,
the whole situation will change. I will wait above for your return. Good luck.
Okay then. I mean, we got around. This is what we have to do. It appears that this was once a secret passage. It's long since caved in. This cavern contains several Slith skeletons. One body is slightly intact. The rest have long since decayed into yellowed bones. The area is filled with blast marks, probably from a battle with drakes. Presumably, this is where part of Laguerre's doomed expedition met its end. You can't be completely sure why, but this body has been better preserved than the others. You can still see the wounds. The drakes clearly made no effort to eat the Slith. They were destroying an intruder, not feeding. They are intelligent and territorial beasts. Some bones lie here. You can't tell from what kind of creature they come because they are too old and damaged. Now this is peculiar. In this cave, you can see two distinct episodes. First, there are fragments of bones from long, long ago that are so decomposed that they are hardly recognizable. But second, you can see that the Empire was here much more recently. They left their mark, and indeed, one of their soldiers died here. The cause of death is not clear, but they took his weapons and armor and left his body and some personal trappings. What could the Empire have been doing down here? And how far did they go? Well, okay. So, if we try to go back up, what happens? She won't let us go any further. Cass waits here. He looks much more upset than you have ever seen him before.
Yes? What is it?
How is the battle going?
The fighting has ceased. The demons in the guise of Sliths hold the outer section of Basikava. The Prophet's forces control the inner area. This stalemate has given your mission much greater urgency than before. We must get out of here, and the army that the false priests have brought has blocked our exit into Avernum. Our only way out is through the tunnel to our homeland.
Okay then. How is Laguerre doing? Cass sighs, a dark hissing sound.
The Prophet's health was already precarious before the attack, and to know that the Sliths of Nass have betrayed him this deeply has done nothing to improve his state. He will be fine. Just concentrate on finding the steel doors, and when you do, I will make sure that the Prophet is in good enough condition to open them.
Okay. That's a dead end. Did not mean to step there. Looks as though there was a massive cave in here a few months ago. As you look farther, you see the remains of someone's habitation. This must have been where Laguerre spent his 20 years of isolation. It looks like that's the way down. And that just goes to there. The bridge here is still broken. You can't cross. There may be a hidden path over here. Appears there is not. Seems I may have missed a hidden area. You have returned to the deepest depths underneath Basikava. Down here, somewhere, should be the steel doors that are the object of your quest. You can't hear much of anything down here. The hisses of the tunnels and the clamor of the battle around the city do not reach this far. Well, I am going to end this episode here before we go any further. The episode's going to be a little bit short, I know, but I don't know how much we're going to fight down here, what's going to happen. We're going to find out. But that'll be in the next episode, so until then, I'm Trustic44, that is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.